Many years ago, I found myself in the middle of a storm unlike any I'd ever faced in my life, ever before. And everything that I knew to be normal, everything that was familiar, what had been turned upside down. I was affected mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, relationally, economically. I didn't know which direction I was going. I didn't have any clue about what exactly to do, and I was frustrated. I was scared. I was terrified because I did not know what to do, and I found myself fighting against the inevitabilities of the storm that I was in. And I remember, obviously, I went to therapy, but I was in session one day and expressing a lot of my frustrations about all the things I was doing to fight against and control the storm that I was in. And my therapist looked at me and gave me I guess a mantra to live by. It's become a mantra for our family, certainly for me. And he said, "Mark, be a willow. Only the flexible survive." Wow, how powerful is that? Well, what do I know about a willow tree? Well, I know it has a great root system, an amazing, aggressive root system. I know that it drinks up nourishment from around it in as many places as it possibly can. And I know that it's incredibly flexible. It's bendy. And I really took that to heart. So over the years, I've worked very hard to be that willow every time a storm comes. I've had lots of storms. I'm going to have more storms to come in the future. I know that. That's just the nature of life. We're in the middle of one. We're in the middle of a big storm that's affecting us in all kinds of ways we know, ways we don't know, ways that yet to be revealed and exposed into the future. And so today, I just want to encourage us to be a willow and follow that mantra, because only the flexible survive. Not a lot like the big, strong oak trees, those big, tall trees that you see every time there's a tornado or a windstorm that have been ripped up out of the ground and thrown onto a house or crashed over a car. They break and they become useless. But rarely will you ever see a willow that's been uprooted and thrown someplace else. There are about 4 things that we can learn from the willow tree. We have to, when we see the storms coming our way, we have to test our roots. We have to remind ourselves that we have good, solid core beliefs and values, and we have to find ways to tap into those and to use those to get us through. Recognize that those core beliefs and values, those roots, will keep us grounded as we face that storm. The second thing we have to do is determine to go with the flow. We have to determine to be bendy. We have to realize that we can't fight everything, that sometimes fighting the things that are in front of us actually breaks us, and we break ourselves in the middle of that fight. So we have to determine to be flexible and bendy. We have to realize that even though it may not seem like it, this current storm that we're in will pass. That's the nature of storms. Storms may last longer than we wish. They may feel like they're going to last forever, but storms pass. And so we have to recognize that. And the final thing that we have to do is we have to acknowledge that when this is all over, when the storm is gone, as a willow, we'll still be standing. Now, I can't promise that all of our leaves might be stripped off in the wind and we have these little thin strings of a branch left over. But the cool thing about willow trees is that even if all the leaves are stripped off, you're still going to grow some more. So, guys, we're in the middle of a storm. We don't like it. It's coming at us from multiple fronts. But I'm going to be like my therapist told me 30 years ago, "Mark, be a willow. Only the flexible survive." And I want to invite you to join me in that process. Be a willow. Only the flexible survive. Peace.